Question 3 is x squared minus 10x plus 24, and this is one of my favourite questions in maths because students, unless they carry out their checks on this one, always seem to get it wrong. So again, we run through our initial tests, which are, is it a highest common factor? So you have an x in common between the first two terms, but then we have just a 24. So it's not a highest common factor. Is there 4 parts, which like down here is factorization by grouping? No, it's not. Is it difference of 2 squares? Well, you'd need 2 parts for that, like this one. 1 and 2, excuse me. And so finally, after all, by process of deduction, we've figured out that this must be a quadratic trinomial. So 3 parts, and you've got an x squared at the start, or a squared term at the start. So that squared term at the start is going to break down to an x in one bracket and an x in the other bracket, like so. So you can see there the x and the x at the start. Then, to decide what goes in here, you look at the end number and you get the factor pairs of the end number, which in this case is 1 by 24, 2 by 12, 3 by 8 and 4 by 6. And quite a lot of factor pairs. So you say to yourself, right, identify the middle number, which is minus 10, and the end number, which is 24, abstracting away the x, ignoring the x there. So the minus 10 here in the middle, we want our factor pairs to add or subtract to give us this minus 10 and multiply to give us 24. So very quickly we can see the 1 by 24 won't work because that'll give us either side of 24, which is plus or minus 25, plus or minus 23. And then this is where the mistake can occur. So some people can go for the 2 and 12 and say, oh, 2 minus 12 will give us minus 10. And 2, and then they think they're there. Then they think that's it. And they put down a plus 2 and they put down a minus 12. But remember, you've got to carry out a second check, which is plus 2 multiplied by minus 12, and that would have given us minus 24, which is not the end number. So 2 and 12 here is really like a mouse trap to try and catch people so that they understand what their rules are, and so this one doesn't work. 3 and 8 won't work either. You can't get 10 out of 3 and 8. But 4 and 6, and as we can see here, this is the correct combination. So adding and subtracting to give us the middle number, we can see we get minus 4 minus 6 gives us minus 10. It's the middle number. And our second test, multiplying them together, minus 4 by minus 6, we get plus 24, which is the end number. So now the minus 4 goes with the first x, and the minus 6 goes with the second x. And we've got our factors here, which is x minus 4 and x minus 6. And that is the answer to number 3, a tricky quadratic trinomial, which would have caught a lot of people out thinking that it was the factor pair 2 and 12 without a work.